Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Stupid cold. Janine Midkiff. Good morning. Midkiff? Am I saying that right? John Lovett, John Knight, Chucky. How you doing, brother? Chucky. Sorry, Chuck. Treasure. Oh, man. I'm going to be sniffing and coughing and everything, so I just apologize ahead of time. Midkiff, yes? Okay, cool. All right. Buenos dias, señorita. Senora. Always mix those two up. Señorita is for a woman who has not been married, correct? And senora is for a woman who has been married. Am I saying that right? Daniel, good morning, brother. Well, if anybody's wondering, I'm not off sick. It's President's Day, so the company I work for gives it as a holiday, so I'm guessing most of y'all too. I'm not sure. All right. Yeah, Chuck, you're doing better than me, brother. Brent Allison, good morning. Amy, good morning. All right, so we are on day 13, Isaiah 13. Well, I do have one praise report to share. We just bought our tickets yesterday. We officially have our tickets for Israel, and we are leaving on Tuesday, March 19th. We fly out. Man, between saving money and people who have Israel, and stuff like that over the past year, everything came through. And yesterday we got all our tickets, all 8 tickets for the first team that's heading out there. So we've got our house, we've got our tickets. We leave 4 weeks from Tuesday. I'm just like, holy cow. It's wow. Utah is good all the time. Did you mean to write Utah, Daniel? All right, don't make me laugh. All right, so we are Isaiah 13. The burden against Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos saw. Lift up a banner on the high mountain. Raise your voice to them. Wave your hand that they may enter the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. Those who rejoice in my exaltation, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like that of many people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yehovah Tzvaot musters the army for battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, Yehovah and his weapons of indignation, to destroy the whole land. Wail, for the day of Yehovah is at hand. It will come as destruction from the Almighty. Therefore all hands will be limp, every man's heart will melt, and they will be afraid. Pangs and sorrows will take hold of them. They will be in pain as a woman in childbirth. They will be amazed at one another. Their faces will be like flames. Behold, the day of Jehovah comes, cruel with both wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. He will destroy its sinners from it, for the stars of heaven and their constellations will not give their light. The sun will be darkened in its going forth, and the moon will not cause its light to shine. I will punish the world for its evil, the wicked for their iniquity. I will halt the arrogance of the proud, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a mortal more rare than fine gold, a man more than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens. The earth will move out of her place. In the wrath of Jehovah Tzvaot, in the day of his fierce anger, it shall be as the hunted gazelle. As a sheep that no man takes up, every man will turn to his own people. Everyone will flee to his own land. Everyone who is found will be thrust through. Everyone who is captured will fall by the sword. Their children also will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be plundered, their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, who will not regard silver. As for gold, they will not delight in it. Also, their bows will dash the young men to pieces. They will have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye will not spare children. Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' pride, will be as when Elohim overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It will never be inhabited, nor will it be settled from generation to generation, nor will the Arabian pitch tents there, nor will the shepherds make their sheepfolds there, but wild beasts of the desert will lie there. Their houses will be full of owls, ostriches will dwell there, wild goats will caper there. The hyenas will howl in their citadels, jackals in their pleasant palaces. Her time is near to come. Her days will not be prolonged. Man, everything about that chapter seems to paint a picture of tribulation time. If you read that and you go and read Zechariah 14 verses 1 through 3, well, let's just go ahead and go there and I'll show you. Zechariah 14, 1 through 3. Behold, the day of Jehovah is coming. Your spoil will be divided in your midst. For I will gather all the nations to battle against Jerusalem. The city shall be taken, the houses rifled, the women ravished. Half of the city shall go into captivity, but the remnant of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then Jehovah will go forth, fight against those nations as he fights in the day of battle. Plus also towards the beginning of that, let's see, it talks about, where's it at here? Okay, so in verse 10, the stars of heaven and their constellations will not give their light. The sun will be darkened in its going forth. The moon will not cause its light to shine. And if we look at, sorry for all the sniffing. All right, so there's two places. First, we'll go to Joel 3:15. Joel 3:15, it says, the sun and moon will grow dark and the stars will diminish their brightness. Just as in Isaiah 13, it says the constellations will not have light, the sun will be dark, and the moon and all that. So that's Joel 3:13. And also Matthew 24:29. Immediately after, and this is Yeshua talking, immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from heaven and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. So let's go back to Isaiah 13 and read that again. That passage. Man. Verse 10, the stars of heaven and their constellations will not give their light. The sun will be darkened in its going forth. The moon will not cause its light to shine. So we know that the one thing that I've learned in studying Isaiah is it's a twofold book. It's all about Yeshua, and from what I have studied out, everything seems to be all about end times. The majority of it, there might be a couple present day things in there, but the majority of it, except for what points to Yeshua, like Isaiah 52, 53, 54, other verses throughout the book of Isaiah, everything else points to end time stuff. Even what we're going to read tomorrow, Isaiah 14 talks about Hasatan and him being cast down, and the world and the nations shall look upon him and say, this is the one who brought fear to the nations, stuff like that. So okay, I thought that's what you meant, Daniel. Yah is good all the time, not Utah. Oh yeah, Janine Midkiff, we are going to be doing more than take pictures. We're moving our whole ministry to Israel, except for our congregation that's staying here. We're moving part of the ministry to Israel, let's put it that way. We're going to be doing live teachings all over the land. Anthony and Angela and Robert and Michelle and I, last night, we were going through, we're going to go to the island of Patmos, Mishpah. It's like a 4.5 hour boat ride from Tel Aviv to the island of Patmos, and we're gonna ride over there and go on the island of Patmos. And for those who don't know what that is, the island of Patmos is where John wrote the book of Revelation, and they have the cave marked off where he was supposedly in the cave, where the cave was that he stayed in. We are going to go there, Mishpah, and we are going to do a sermon, or even just read the book of Revelation. Read the book of Revelation right there in front of the cave. We're going to do that. We're going to go to the island of Cyprus, where Paul went and preached and stuff. We're going to go there. We're going to go all over the land, all the different areas where events went, to Jericho and Masada and Engedi and in the Valley of Megiddo and Tiberias. We're going to they got a couple old-fashioned type boats. We're going to take it out into the middle of the Sea of Galilee, which in Israel it's called the Kinneret, which means the lake is what it means. But we're going to go out into the middle of that and preach a sermon from there, or read scripture where Yeshua walked on water towards Kepha and them, and he told Kepha to get out of the boat and come to me, and go to Capharnaum, which is Capernaum, where Kepha, Peter, lived, and Yeshua stayed with him. We're going to bring the word to life, Mishpah, for all of you around the world. besides everything else, we're going to be involved in the widows and orphans. There's a facility where we're going to be living that is for abused women, single women, stuff like that. Our wives are going to be getting involved, our daughters getting involved in stuff like that. I mean, like scripture says, if you claim to be religious, pure and utter religion is this: those who take care of the widows and orphans. And I mean, everything, Mishpacha, everything, what we're going to be doing is bringing the word to life. And one of the reasons why that is so strong on me is because this world is getting darker and darker and more wicked, and everything that is utter blasphemy and an abomination unto Yehovah is being called good. There's not enough true good being shown, and so we want to saturate the world with as much of live videos and teachings and stuff all over to really bring the scriptures to life, to be able to say, okay, Mishpacha, let's go to this book and this chapter and these verses, and here it is, and really bring it to life, give you a true picture as much as possible. To go to in some of these old ruins, we want to go into the Roman Colosseum and go and preach a message in there, either on a live video or record it and then post it later that day. All this stuff, man, everywhere. Hopefully take the same trail that Paul went when he created the assemblies. We want to go into Turkey. We want to go into Syria. We want to go into Lebanon, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, all over the territories, everywhere where the disciples went. And, wherever Yah will let us, we want to literally do what Yeshua says to do in Mark 16:15. Go out into the world and preach the gospel unto all creation. That's what we want to do. That's what we're praying and asking Yah to make possible, if that's his will. We know all over Israel, we already feel absolutely, Yah has already actually given us scripture that we are to go all over the land and preach the word all over the territories of Israel. And we believe it's the original territories of what Yah gave to Israel in the beginning, not what it is now. So part of that would be going into Jordan, into Syria, Lebanon, down into Egypt, and part of Saudi Arabia and stuff. So we already know that Yah's told us to do that. And so we're hoping, and we feel like Cyprus and Patmos, Silas and Patmos will be a part of that. And we want, by Yah's hand and by his favor, Mishpacha, our whole desire is to bring hope. Scripture says, beautiful are the feet that bring the gospel of hope and something like that. And that's what we want to do. Mishpacha, we want to keep those of you around the world who truly believe in Yehovah, who are fighting with everything you got in you, especially those of you that don't have anybody around you and may not have a congregation, and we're the ones that you fellowship with every week and stuff here at Shema Yisrael. And so our desire is what Yah has always said to do, and that is to give hope and strength and keep people lifted up and encouraged. And that's our whole desire. That's our whole purpose. That's what we want to do. Exactly what Yah says to do. And we're really excited about it, Mishpacha. We want you guys to experience the word of Yah like maybe you've only dreamed. And just bring the word to life, by going to these places and letting you physically see the places where so many things happen in scripture. So Bethlehem and Nazarene, even though they're dominantly Muslim controlled. Yah will give us a way. He'll give us a way to be able to go in there and to do whatever. I believe that. I believe that. So yeah, Mishpachah, we're excited, and we love, all that you guys, all your prayers and support and everything that you guys are doing. Man, we are so thankful to y'all for it. It is amazing and exciting. Let's see. Yeah, Amen, Janine. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Yah. Ain't that the truth? Everything will be, because, for years, Janine, I've been, everything from this ministry has been broadcast through my page, because I'm the pastor of this ministry. And so I've always done it from my page, and that's where everybody has come to follow the ministry through. So yeah, it'll either be live on Facebook through this page, or if we don't have internet, then we will record it with our camera and then post it on here and on our YouTube pages. Send me a PM and I will give you the links to the 3 YouTube pages that we have that has all of our teachings and everything. And I'll also give you our website so that you can check into us more and see exactly what we're all about. So, and if you have any questions, you and your husband, friended me yesterday. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Send me a PM and stuff. Chuck Wooten, if you're still on there, brother, shalom, shalom. All right. T. Lynn, Jason Truitt, good morning, y'all. Shanika, good morning. Ronnie Pape, good morning. All right, so that's it. I hope you all have an awesome and blessed day. This next Shabbat, after Shabbat, we're planning to do the update video of Project Israel 2019. And so that should be up on our website and on our YouTube page and stuff sometime next week. And then, let's see. Of course, tomorrow night, Anthony and I will be doing the next section of 2 Men in the Torah, comparing Paul's letters to Torah, as we're tackling this because, unfortunately, so many have come to reject Paul's writings as being biblical truth for whatever their reasons. And so instead of arguing with people about it, we're either going to prove that Paul is legit or he's not. And me and Anthony, we know where we stand on it, but we don't want you to be convinced because of what we believe. Those that know this ministry know that we teach the word to prove it out, not to get you to follow what we believe. And we teach the word for what it says. We don't try to, twist scripture around. We don't add or take away. We preach it the way it says, and we give a deeper meaning from it by taking it back to the Hebrew and Greek. But other than that, as you all know, we preach it the way it says. And when something's our opinion, we make sure that y'all know this is our opinion. We don't declare it to be a biblical fact. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night for 2 Men in the Torah. And I think it's part 4. I think it's 3 or 4 of this series that we're doing on testing Paul's writings to Torah. So, yeah, I'm loving it. We're loving it. Really enjoying it. So it's going to be a long series because it's going to take a few months to And once we get to Israel and we get settled in, then we're going to go every Tuesday instead of every other Tuesday with the 2 Men in the Torah show. So, all right, Mishpacha, I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope you all be blessed and be safe in all that you do. Know that we love you, but most of all, Yah loves you. He loves you so much. And be blessed and bask in that love. Amen. Amen. Shalom, shalom.